Our next guest warns Americans must do something about the infiltration of woke ideology across the nation. As a defector from North Korea, she wrote the book, While Time Remains, a North Korean defector's search for freedom in America. We are pleased to welcome to Victory News Yeonmi Park. Welcome and thanks for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Now, you fled a repressive North Korea homeland in 2007. Tell us how you ended up in America 7 years later.
When I was in China as a sex slave, I was rescued by missionaries from South Korea. I eventually crossed the frozen Gobi Desert into Mongolia, then to South Korea, and I came to America 8 years ago to study at Columbia University.
Okay, I'm so glad to hear that you made it. You did attend Columbia University. Were you surprised at Columbia what was being taught there?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it because the things that I was hearing in the classroom was the exact same thing that my North Korean teachers taught me in North Korean classroom. It was like almost identical teaching that were being taught in America and in North Korea.
Can you give me an example of one of those teachings that you heard at Columbia that you heard in North Korea?
Yeah, so there are so many similarities, but one of them was that the older problem that we have in the world is because of the capitalism and because of white men. And the teachers, professors at Columbia would say that, the capitalism is so horrible because it creates inequality. And in North Korea, of course, we are all equal, but we are all starving from, starvation. But in America, the inequality is something, a sign of mobilization that you can rise compared to other people. They will not say the enemy is poverty. They were brainwashing us to believe that somehow inequality is the worst thing in the world. And in the name of equity, in the name of equality of outcomes, that we need to destroy America and rebuild a country, the idea of socialism.
Okay, so now what happened to you on social media when you spoke honestly about woke ideology, and why do you think that happened?
I think it happened way before universities. I was seeing these university students. For them, the oppression was somehow misgendered. There's more than ever growing thousand pronouns. And for them, us not catching up with their speed is the biggest oppression for these people. And I think that they were brainwashed to believe this very, very young in the education system in America. And I'm raising a son currently who is about to turn 5. And since he was 2, from daycare, I've been receiving these emails. The teachers are telling me how they're doing a fantastic job teaching about equity to my son, to literally brainwash me to believe in communism.
So what should parents and grandparents do when their children are being taught that? How do we combat that?
I think we need to go to community meetings, and we need to go show the board meetings. We need to elect the right politicians to understand the importance of understanding American history and also understanding what freedom really is and what real tyranny is. So I think that's what we need. We need to show now. We need to start being active, defending what we care about, which is the freedom of speech and freedom to think.
Okay, let's talk about your book. The third section of your book is titled The Fragility of Freedom. What's your warning for Americans about the spread of woke ideology and cancel culture that we're seeing in America?
I think that's the thing. Is somehow Americans believe that they are never going to lose this prosperity and freedom. But look at North Korea and South Korea, exact same country. One system chose totalitarian collectivism. One system chose free democracy. Now South Korea became the land of Samsung and K-pop and innovation. One country. Now they're going through starvation and people even eating each other, the cannibalism. And because we chose different ideas. So the ideas really matter. What ideas that we uphold, that really make a big difference. So that's, I think, what they need to do. We need to understand these ideas are the most important thing, which is the idea of freedom and human rights.
What was your opinion, if you don't mind me asking, of when President Trump went to the DMZ, the zone there between the two countries, and met with the leader of North Korea? What was your thoughts of that?
I mean, to be honest, it's incredible what he achieved. He made sure that Kim Jong-un would not do any nuclear tests when he was in office. But ultimately, of course, that negotiation didn't go anywhere, and he legitimized Kim Jong-un in some sense in the international stage. But still, that was amazing that we didn't get North Korea to attack or like testing more missiles during that time.
Now, you posted a dramatic cartoon on your Twitter page today. It's a socialism boot coming down on Western youth, casually painting the bottom of it. What's this message for college students?
I think that's exactly portrays what socialism is. Even though North Korean regime took all our liberties and rights in the name of giving us free healthcare, free education, free housing, and everybody going to be somehow equal. And then when we gave everything to the regime, they took everything, and what they did was they crushed us. They enslaved us. Yeah. They took our humanity away from us. There's no even word love in North Korea because Kim Jong-un was afraid that we are going to love other people other than him.
Where can we get a copy? Where can we get a copy of this book, While Time Remains?
You can find it on Barnes & Nobles, Amazon, pretty much everywhere online.
Yeonmi Park, thank you so much for your story. Thank you for writing this. I'm grateful you got to America, and I believe that you can be instrumental in helping us remain free. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you.
Mike?